Welcome to Spring LIB.
We are given two forces and the resultant is 460 newtons. Now, one of the forces, the stronger force, makes an angle of 21 degrees with it, and the weaker force makes some unknown angle, let's call it theta, with it. Because this is the stronger force and this is the weaker force, if this weaker force has a magnitude of lower f, the larger force would have a magnitude of 2f. Let's name these vectors f1 bar, the smaller one, f2 bar, the larger one, and f, the resultant. Now, by choosing the usual horizontal to be x-axis and vertical to be y-axis, we'll try to write down the vector forms of these vectors. Now, f1 bar, vector forms of these forces. Now, f1 bar, because this is f1 and it makes an angle theta with the y-axis, its x component, which is this, would be f1 sine theta, and its y component, which is this, would be f1 cos theta. Similarly, for vector f2, before we get to f2, let's finish f1. Hence, we can see that its x component is f1 sine theta, whose magnitude is small f, and hence f sine theta I cap plus f cos theta j cap. Now for vector f2, we know that it makes an angle 21 degrees with the y-axis. Hence, its x component would be 2f sine 21, and its y component would be 2f cos 21. But notice that the x component is in the negative direction, and hence f2 would be minus 2f sine 21 I cap plus 2f cos 21 j cap. Now we know that the vector f, which is the resultant, only has a y component, and hence its x component will be 0, and its y component would be 460, all of it. Now we know that f1 plus f2 is the resultant f. We can write this as, by adding the x components of both the vectors, f sine theta minus 2f sine 21 I cap plus f cos theta plus 2f cos 21 j cap is equal to 0 I cap plus 460 j cap. Now, because if two vectors are equal, their components are equal, we can say the I components and the j components would be the same. Hence, we write f sine theta minus 2f sine 21 is equal to 0, which implies sine theta is 2 sine 21 and we can find theta as sine inverse of 2 sine 21. If we plug this into a calculator, we can see that this is 45.78 degrees. Now, because we know one of the unknowns, which is theta, we only need to find out the other unknown, which is f. For that, we use the second equation, that f cos theta plus 2f cos 21 is equal to 460. Now we can take f common here, and we can write it as f multiplied by cos theta plus 2 cos 21 is 460, which means f is 460 divided by cos 45.78 plus 2 times cos 21. By plugging this into a calculator, you'll be able to see that it is 179.4 newtons. Notice that because our given f, net force value was 460.0 and it had 4 significant digits, we note this also with 4 significant digits.